gallon tanks for a family of 4. And you have been struggling for 7 years, religiously going to whatever relevant office, religiously making the calls, and now you are the place where you have to be burning mattresses and barrels to get some help. What is the solution?
So I was just about to ask, how long are these people are in this water crisis?
7
Before I
years.
make
7 years.
7 years. No,
Yeah.
that is too long for a basic necessity like that.
Correct.
So now that I get that information clear cut, I could now safely say with my own words, it's nonsense.
Okay.
BS.
Yeah.
Truly. That is not acceptable at all. 7 years is a lot of time, you know,
It is a
without
lot of
water.
time. Yeah.
I mean, toting water is not easy.
No, it's not. And I mean, for people to reach to that state, you know, I can't blame them. I can't get upset, you know, with them. I could just imagine the rage, the frustration. And I mean, we have too many resources in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, people should not water. That's what we pay for. That's what our taxpayers' dollars are
And to
for,
be
right?
honest, these are the same people that run to dip their finger in inks, voting for the relevant parties to give them that aid. But 7 years,
No,
that,
that's
that's
unacceptable.
a
yeah,
long time.
that's
That is
a
totally
lot.
unacceptable.
So I'm putting it out there. That's not cool, Trinidad and Tobago. That's not cool to the relevant agencies that are in charge of these things. The people, water, we need to drink water,
Yeah.
firstly. Our body's made up of 75% water, so we need that.
Yeah.
Bless the people, please. I pray that you bless the
Please.
people with water.
Please.
We here at Plus TV ask you, please, to bless the people with water.
And that doesn't just have to be to the agencies, you know. If it is, there are people nearby who have some buckets.
True.
And they know they can assist. You have a van, get together, try to carry some water for some of these persons. They are struggling. And I wouldn't like to be in that position for
No one
myself.
wants to be in
you
that
know, and
position.
that begs the question of, the word is right at the tip of my tongue, waste management.
Yes.
Because, you know, a big push in that direction is that we have wasteless houses. People want to go for that, where it is you collect the rainwater. That could be a possible
That's an
solution as well, you know.
option.
Collecting the rainwater and getting a system that could filter it so you can use it for probably bathing, even drinking when it is you boil it and these kind of things.
Not much rain has been falling.
And I was just going to say,
Yes.
but in this particular context, it might not have helped much because, we had a little drizzle today. You all had that drizzle?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I went.
I
worked
did it.
I worked in the east today, so I felt a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So our first topic today, guys, is this ever consistent, rolling over, time-consuming, popular hobby now of binge watching. Camille, you said part of your relaxation this week
Yes.
was you watched some TV. Do
I
you
just-
binge watch?
I have to admit I'm guilty of this. You know, what can I say? I in preparation for this, I tried to remember a time when we didn't have this facility,
Yeah.
when the Netflix was just a pipe dream or something, and we had to time our phones or clocks to reach home to actually watch a show.
Correct.
Like, I can't remember that time.
Yeah.
Now I just go to Netflix, I pick what I want, and if I want to binge watch out a series over the weekend, I could do so.
So for general information purposes, binge watching is consistently watching one series, part 1, part 2, part 3, one after the other, sometimes so you can watch out the entire series. So, yes, yesterday you had to wait every week just to see the new episode, or you had to take a taxi and visit a video rental store to get a video, then a DVD, but now it's just at your hand.
Yeah.
And
A little,
what do you think the impact of that is in terms of how media is now, Jermaine?
I mean, everything, before it was far-fetched, now everything is just right at the tip of your fingers. So binge watching is going to become a very huge thing for everybody just now. Just now, we probably might even have any cinemas.
That is something I was thinking.
I really didn't want to say it,
No.
for people like Camille saying just now we had to watch out for these cinemas.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Netflix is going to take over.
Oh my
Well, one of the
gosh.
platforms, because there are several. There's Netflix, HBO Max, we have Disney
Yeah.
Plus,
There's
they have.
Hulu.
What's that?
Hulu.
Yes, I was trying to get
Yes.
the pronunciation correct because I don't have it. I've seen it,
I've
but
seen it, yeah.
yeah, and it's a hell of a time waster.
Yeah, it is. Because, I mean, when you're binge watching, sometimes you doesn't even know what? You just flip it. You just flip
Correct,
it.
and the series always ends on a cliffhanger, and you say, all right, I'm stopping at this one, but somehow it's like, no, how that happened?
And there is that button. Skip
Correct.
to next show. That button is pure evil. Skip to next show, so you're like, you're going straight through like what movie?
And listen, and sometimes when you skip to the next show and you look outside, the next day comes.
Yeah.
The next day comes.
Your whole day, all the plans you had made, it's like, I'm just going to watch this one episode.
How do people with such a short attention span for real life interaction spend 9 hours straight behind the show? How does that work? Because I see interactions with people, I monitor it, and you see that people get fed up of the conversation very quickly. They zone out, they go to their phone, they start to look around.
Right.
But you can focus on a screen
Yeah.
for 9 hours straight. How does that work?
Oh boy, it's interesting. You know, it has to be something to draw you in, you know, and sad to say, human interactions, this one-on-one, is kind of taking a backseat because we're now in this age where it's more impersonal.
Right.
The screen is comforting. I could sit there, you know, I don't have to look pretty for it. I could just sit back, relax, whatever. But one-on-one, I have to engage with you. I have to put on my thinking cap. I have to watch my body language because I don't want to upset, you know. So it's a whole lot of work. It's just work.
So one is relaxation and human interaction always work. I think a big part of it as well, in terms of why people gravitate to it, is because they identify with characters. Either as something they associate with in their life right now, something they went through, or something that they want to be, as in an aspiration or something like that. And because they identify with that, they draw into it as an alternate reality. And in that alternate reality, trying to live vicariously through these characters, I have a life. And in that life, I have entertainment.
Correct.
I'm free from this realm. So if I could stay in this life for 9, 10, 11 hours straight,
It's
no
an
problem.
escape. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's an escape from whatever real life issues, challenges that we're dealing with. I could sit down here, if it's for 2 hours, and just literally zone out
Yeah.
and be in this fantasy world.
And we're going to talk about if this is healthy or not right after we come back from this break. So what are your thoughts? Think about it. Is binge watching healthy? Is it unhealthy? Why is it so popular today? And we're going to talk about that when we come back in just a couple seconds.
My name is Jesse McBarrow, and you are looking at Mending Minds. Tell us your Mending Mind moment.
I will say set goals.
A lot of people get so caught up in the what, they forget the why. There's this fixation of this is what I'm going to do, and they forget why you pursue that in the first place.
This is another episode of Life Matters, and I am your host, Latina Mata. Give us some insight into what is Miss Earth and what is so special about this pageant.
Okay, so like many pageants, there are a purpose behind the crown. So Miss Earth in particular, it's all about the awareness of the environment, and I'm basically an ambassador informing everyone to take care of their environment and their surroundings.
Take this moment, guys, to advocate the importance of mental health awareness, ensuring that this is something that is started to be placed in schools, in these school curriculums.
Yes.
Why aren't we having easy therapy access to schools, to parents, to the children? You know, that is something that we need to get some hands written about, right?
And we're back, guys, and the hot topic today is binge watching. And where are you binge watching us from? Are you following us on Facebook, YouTube, or Tego TV? Remember, that's the 3 streaming apps The 3 places that you can see us every day, Monday to Friday, here at 6 p.m. The repeats come on at 11 p.m. and 12 midday daily. So make sure and always get your dose of sunset with us. And we're back with binge watching. Jermaine, so you tell me, healthy, unhealthy, something you can't help at all? What is it for you?
It's a bit of a balance because it's part of mental health to be honest, to be watching a little TV.
Right.
But if you could control and balance how much TV you watch and the productivity of how much you earn in terms of what you have to do, well then yeah. But it becomes unhealthy when you stay home from work to watch to finish watch a series. Like I would have done that when Power came out.
Not sure what Power is, but all power to that show.
I would have done that. I remember I stayed 2 days, twice.
Whoa.
Not the entire day.
Okay.
I went like 2 o'clock in the evening.
Right.
Okay.
That is okay when you're self-employed though. You
Yeah.
can do that when you're let me just make it clear to the general public. You can do that when you're self-employed. You can't do that when you're working for people.
No, you can't.
Right? So yeah, I stayed home and watched 2 days of Power
Wow. Non-stop all day?
all day.
Now you see, from that perspective, binging is not that new, because we have gamers since the onset of the gaming industry that have been playing games consistently. But one would argue that gaming has mind engagement.
Exactly.
It's not just you mindlessly staring at a screen. So let's strike a balance for the audience. And what is a healthy? Because yes, I can agree. It does have the mental health aspect that you can relax, you can de-stress from a hectic, difficult day. What is too much, Camille?
When it's starting to affect your ability to function, right? You've become a couch potato. You're literally just staring at the screen. You're calling in work sick so you could finish off the series. You probably haven't done any chores. You probably haven't even gone outside. Wow. Right? So total breakdown in, you as a human being trying to take care of yourself, be responsible. That's when you've gone too far now. That's extreme.
So how do we manage it then?
Well, just as Jermaine was saying, you have to be able to strike that balance, you have to be able to put those controls.
Yeah.
If it's just an hour because you have a busy day, you've got stuff to do, then you just keep it within that time frame. And you could use it as a reward system. Okay, I've done all my chores, I've organized everything. Okay, I could treat myself now to a 1 hour, maybe 2 max, right? Because you still have to remember, you have to eat properly. You have to get your sleep. You can't break down as a human.
So let me get something here, Camille, right? We're going back to couch potato. Now listen, so how do you define a couch potato? The first question I'll allow you to say.
My definition for it is you're inactive.
You're inactive.
You're just literally sitting down on the couch. There's no movement. Because some can argue,
right.
And I've seen it. I've tried it myself where, you're watching something, but it's like, okay, let me do a little press, a little
exercise while you're looking at the television.
So some people have their bikes, they're working out and they're watching something, but they're actually doing an activity.
Yeah. How much people really focus to do that though?
You'd be surprised. There are some overachievers in life. They could multitask. Okay, I'm going to exercise and treat myself at the same time.
I've seen people washing wares too, and they have their phone there with whatever they're binge watching. So you're being semi-productive while it is you're getting some type of relaxation.
Well, then you see those people are making it abundantly clear. I'm not coming by you to drink water. You're washing. You're not washing that water properly.
They probably know it in and out.
Really?
They probably know it in and out. But coming back to it, what really is too much though? What really is too much? And we understand what's too much. So how do we manage? You have anything to add to what Camille would have said?
I mean, it's about understanding who you are as a person as well, knowing your functions and your mobilities, what you could do, and you have to set, like everybody have to plan. Planning is very important. Your productive time is what makes you earn, so you need to put aside that productive time to earn. And when you could break those hours down in fractions, you will know, well, what time I have to watch TV, what time I could but then the thing is, control and discipline is the next thing, because as the topic is binge watching, that is a powerful moment when you reach, watch next series.
Watch next
You literally have seconds to decide, okay, am I going to pause it now?
Exactly.
Does it end? No, I could go on.
And sometimes you're hungry, but your belly will get back full watching
With the shows.
And when it's done again, you'll get hungry again. But that is how it will
Yeah.
go. See, how to find it.
There are actually settings on the television that you can place to turn off the TV after a certain time. So I like a combination in terms of what Camille said with it being a reward system. So you have a list of things you have to get through before you actually sit down in front of that television set.
Right.
And when you do sit there, you have your timer also. Because when our timer goes off, the TV just cuts off. And it will break you away from reality. Yes, some indisciplined people will put back on the TV.
That's where discipline comes in.
But the discipline has to come in now
it has
for
to
you
come
to move on. Because if this is sacrificing sleep, if it's sacrificing eating habits, if it's sacrificing your work life, then definitely it's now no longer something that is mental health. It's something now that's addictive and is affecting important parts of your life.
You need
and
to-
that's where we have to strike the balance
to
with regards
reprogram.
to binge watching. Except, of course, when it is sunset on Plus.
I mean, that's actually worse when you're with somebody too. When that person, I mean, you want to spend time with your person and they binge watching that series. And that mostly happen with women.
But, no, I have seen it with partners. I have seen it with partners Game of Thrones.
Really? Well, I mean,
And they have to watch that consistently over and over. Yeah, I have seen it with partners.
women,
Yeah.
Camille,
It's a
I tip in that still.
and we have the problem now, if it is we're looking at men, we have the problem with children as well. With binge watching these short form cartoons on YouTube that just spiral them, and YouTube have these reels now, and these children go mindless over 20-second and 30-second reels of people doing utter nonsense. Just because it's high sensory with a bunch of colors. So what about that now? Do you think that is healthy?
That's not healthy. That's a no-no for me. This is why I am always guarding what my children watch on their tablets. Those 20 seconds cannot fill their mind, because for me those 20 seconds are very important, you know, because that's what, I mean. And remember, your imagination is a tool of the mind, and when that focus, when you imagine, when you reach in the center of your mind and you captivate that one thing, that becomes now your belief. And when you believe that, that is where you're going with. So when these children watch these things and they capture that is what they're going to believe in, that is what they're going to start doing, that is what they're going to train the subconscious to become conscious of doing. And eventually, that is what they know themselves or they identify themselves to be. So that is unhealthy.
Yeah.
So the healthy ways for parents to really guard what the children is watching.
Yeah, and when you look at some of these persons who own these platforms, I saw it's either Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg. Or it's Jeff Bezos. His daughter spends 30 minutes a day on any type of device, nothing more. They understand, they own some of these platforms. They're influential, and look at that. And let's bring it across now into the adult part of it, because we have short form. The shorter the video, the better sometimes.
Yeah.
Tell me your comments on that, Camille.
Well, I mean, it just seems like that is the trend now. Because you see TikTok, just that whole platform, shorts, you get information quickly. That's the name of the game now. Everything
You really get
quickly.
information?
Well, it depends on
How
who you're
much?
following and
How
what
much?
sort of TikToks you're into.
20 seconds, right? How much sets of 20 seconds can we have in an hour?
But you know,
How much sets of 20 seconds can we have in an hour? That's a whole bunch. Let's do the maths. Are you going to retain all those 20 seconds after scrolling? It could be the best podcast, the most inspirational thing, whatever it is you're following. But 20 seconds over an hour of consistent scrolling and you walk off. What have you learned? What have you retained?
Probably not a whole bunch. But I could see, it depends again, us as individuals that control, If I'm going on TikTok for a specific purpose, it's not just to mindlessly scroll.
Right.
Right? I'm going to search up something or how to, and it's quick, okay, I could put this in action. But if I'm just bored, you know, and I'm just going through, yeah, nothing's going to retain because it's going to pass through.
And it's a coping mechanism for some people too. If it is they're in an uncomfortable situation, how often do you see somebody pick up their phone and just start to randomly scroll? If it is they're alone somewhere and they feel awkward, it's and they don't want to feel that way, they pick up their phone and start to randomly scroll. So we are so comfortable with the phone now that maybe we are losing comfort in our skin. And on that topic, I want us to roll over now, and I'm going to give you a chance to introduce your topic this evening, Jermaine, in terms of skin and being comfortable in that skin and taking care of that skin and exercising that skin.
Give me why you're laughing.
I just know it's going to be interesting.
How you know that?
I just have a feeling.
You tell me.
No, you introduce it.
Well, my topic is really about food and exercise today.
Right.
So I have a question to put out there. Right? How is diet an important factor in relationship and parties, the different partners gaining weight during pregnancy, during the lengthy time of the relationship? How do people cope with their partner gaining that weight? I mean, mostly some of the men will stay slim, the woman will gain weight. But that's the reverse as well. Men would gain weight and women will stay slim. So how do people cope with things like that?
Cope. So we're looking at coping mechanisms within it. What exactly are we looking at? Just the coping mechanisms alone?
We could explore it. We could have different opinions about how people would feel. I mean, I'm sure you live around neighbors, you have friends, even family. You would have experienced something of that sort.
Yeah.
So give me your feedback. Let me start with Camille.
No, we're not going to start with the break. We're going to put it out there to the viewing audience. Give them some time to chew on it, to think about it in terms of diet and exercise and the way that we might gain weight in so much different scenarios and how it might affect, like you said, relationships, our health, or whatever it is. Think about that and join us back here in just a couple seconds.
This is another episode of Life Matters, and I am your host, Latina Mata. Give us some insight into what is Miss Earth and what is so special about this pageant.
Okay, so like many pageants, there are a purpose behind the crown. So Miss Earth in particular, it's all about the awareness of the environment, and I'm basically an ambassador informing everyone to take care of their environment and their surroundings.
Take this moment, guys, to advocate the importance of mental health awareness, ensuring that this is something that is started to be placed in schools, in the school curriculums.
Yes.
Why aren't we having easy therapy access to schools, to parents, to the children? You know, that is something that we need to get some hands written about, right?
My name is Jesse McBarrow, and you are looking at Mending Minds. Tell us your Mending Mind moment.
I will say set goals.
A lot of people get so caught up in the what, they forget the why. There's this fixation of this is what I'm going to do, and they forget why.
Yeah.
You know, you pursue that in the first place.
And we're back, guys, and remember to view us every day, Monday to Friday, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Tego TV, Facebook, YouTube, with our reruns at 11 p.m. and 12 midday, respectively. So the topic is, we went from binge watching, and we're going to discuss how that has an effect on this new topic we're bringing in, which is in terms of managing different types of weight. And what was your question for Camille Jermaine?
The question was really how is diet an important factor in relationship, and his or her partner gaining weight along the way, and or during pregnancy. That is one part. Psychologically, how do a partner receive the other partner telling them, well, babes, I find you getting a little too big, you know, you gotta go and
dear.
exercise, or you gotta stop eat this, and how you think people take it from your perspective?
Right. Well, I feel like Jermaine wants to hear me say, you know, that I got rid of a partner because, you know, he got a little chubby in the middle.
Is that true? Is that
No,
the
it
case?
is not. But I mean, yes, diet, exercise, it is important. I mean, we heard our health minister talk about how, you know, obese or how unhealthy our nation is becoming in terms of our diet, nutrition, and calling out the fast food outlets, you know, to, you know, take a pause, probably label your stuff better. So I get it in relationships. Sometimes when you're doing things together, you're going out, dinner, you're sharing food, things happen. Yes, things happen in life. We
course.
put on, you know.
So listen, right? So you're in a relationship, your money growing, yes.
Right. And
Yeah.
so are we.
Listen,
That's
Listen, the money growing, your baby growing,
right.
and the car remaining small. So you gotta get a bigger car.
Oh boy.
That's your solution, get a bigger car.
Listen, Randolph, where you going with this?
Or we take up the mantle
Right.
and say, you know, let's do this. If we find our partners, you know, that we're getting a little hefty, that we decide, okay, let's do this together. Let's start walking. Let's start exercising. Let's even, you know, curb the KFC dinners, you know.
You see, an important part of that is how you approach it as well for me.
Yeah.
If you think about it, there is always somebody who is healthier than the other in a relationship, right? And we will talk about the effects of eating and things as we go along. But as being the healthier person or the person who is more in shape, how do you approach your partner? Do you approach them saying, well, you're already putting on some kind of weight, you know, we're going on there, becoming a fatty bully, or something like that. Or think about this approach, Jermaine. Your partner's put on weight, let's say it, especially if it is as a result of childbearing. That is something that cannot be helped regardless of how well you diet based on your genetics during pregnancy. How should we treat with that as men? Should we point out that you have put on some extra weight and we need to do X, Y, and Z? Or should we start with love, kiss the belly, say, hey, I love that.
No.
And from loving that, we're going to make it better. Because that's part of where it is I have my child. You went through this. You put on this weight to give me this precious bundle of joy that I love so much. So you know what? As it is right now, and for it is right now, and where you are right now, I love that.
Passionate, eh?
I love that. But you know
You're passionate.
we're going to work it out. You're getting buy-in first before you even move on to that scenario of exercise. But you don't seem to agree, so let me hear you.
I never said I agree to disagree. I never said I don't disagree. No, I mean, in the perspective of how my partner gonna take it.
Right.
Now I would start with love, of course,
Right.
but not your type of love. I ain't gonna kiss the belly. No, I'm not gonna kiss the belly. I'm not gonna do that. I'll be like, babes, I understand that you just had a child. And I know that, you know, that could cause some extension.
Going on thin ice there, Jermaine.
That could cause some expansion, rather.
Right.
So I would come with you. I would like us to go and start exercising, start dieting, eating properly. And yeah, that's what I would do.
I like
And
the partnership.
which approach would work better for you?
Partnership approach. Don't point out.
So why can't I point out?
Babes, I think it's time for a change.
Right.
Let's exercise together. Or I bought us this healthy snack. You know, I'm not going to point out, but that's my
Your preference, of course.
Right? I prefer we're in this partnership together. That's the mindset. We're doing it together. It's not a fight down. It's not like, well, you know, you get a little lefty.
Okay, Randall. So she go on. Okay, they decide they go on and start exercising. They go on around the savannah, but the fitter one, of course.
Oh, Jermaine.
He wants to sweat. The fitter one wants to
We're doing it
sweat.
together.
But listen,
That was the intention, and the intention is selfish then.
No.
Want to sweat, and at the same time, you want your partner to become healthy and lose the weight, but you're unwilling to sacrifice your sweat to keep up at their pace.
I'm not
It's
unwilling.
like you're sitting on a pedestal and saying, climb your fat tail up here and meet me. I am sitting down up here.
You make water come to mind. No, I'm not saying that random. I'm just saying, one of the you said it to them. This is your words. He said this. He said that one of the partner is always fitter.
Right.
That's kind of tricky kind of circumstance there, to be honest, because you fit.
Okay. Well, then you exercise twice. Go in the morning by yourself
That's
and come in
right.
the evening.
All right, that's a solution.
Meet me where I'm at.
That's
Let's
a
work at my
solution.
pace. Because
Yeah.
remember, at the end of the day, let's understand our dynamic here. When you are in a fit position and you're eating healthy, your mind is working better. If you're exercising often, endorphins are being released. You are in a more motivated space. You feel good about what you're seeing in the mirror.
Right.
And if you come now to somebody who wants to get it done, but cannot find the way to get it done, and you and yourself being how you are, lapping me around the savannah, is going to be a big motivation after the first and second day.
No,
I am going to go back on that couch, potato myself, and binge.
Listen, I like the coping mechanism you bring up, right? You
Right.
said I would train in the morning, and I will come and help you in the evening, because I'm not gonna
Sacrifice,
fit me.
of course.
I'm
of
not
course
fit me not gonna waste that.
That's what we get it.
I
But you
want
have to
to-
support your
I will
partner.
in the
You have
evening.
to support.
In the
Yes.
evening.
Yeah.
Of course, balance.
Compromise.
I like that. And you see when he helped me out here, he gave me a solution.
Very
and I
good.
did not know that before.
I gave you 2 solutions, but you don't want, you don't want to do the kissing.
No,
You don't want to do the
I'm
kissing.
not-
I
I'm not-
gave you 2 solutions.
I'm not
Listen
kissing
to a wise man speak. So where do we go from here? Because there is a big sensitivity issue with this as well.
Yes,
It goes deep, and we want to explore how we can help persons in terms of relationship dynamic, whatever dynamic, move from, because I don't think there's a person out there who is unhealthy or maybe has a overweight problem, so to speak, without a health issue and doesn't want to fix it. So how do we come around the sensitivity issues? So first of all, how do we come around getting them to the place where they actually want to make a change and think more so that a change is possible?
Well, you see, I believe it still starts with the individual. They
Of
have to
course.
want that change. But the support system, we could, engage them. We said walking around the savannah, doing stuff together. We're looking at, offering healthy options in terms of food, and trying to give that extra motivation. But at the end of the day, it still comes back to the individual.
Yeah.
Do they want to make that change? They have to be able and willing to do it. It might take some time for some persons, but I think once you have that support around you, you will get to that point where, okay, I could do it comfortably on my own.
Okay, and what do you think are the things that need to align for you to want to make that change? Because a certain criteria has to come together. And when it comes together internally now, I would say, okay, it's time now. I need to start to get up and get moving. What do you think is the criteria, the baseline criteria to make that type of decision internally?
So I'm going back to, I'm going to take a seed from Camille,
Right.
I'm going to plant it, and it grow now. So the branches is the root, what she said, it starts with you. You have to watch a Beyonce picture and say, I want to look like Beyonce, and believe that I could look like Beyonce, and your subconscious will start creating the environment, the people, the situation to get you in that frame of mind to start doing that. So that's another way. Another way is by setting the example. If you're in a relationship, you be the example. Let mama or let papa see me fit.
Yeah.
See me looking nice and want to be, I could lose my baby, because he looking good and I looking this way. Let them think.
I don't think that's an aspect for them to look at it. That's more a threat than a motivation. I could lose my talent, so let me get fit.
Yeah, let me get. That's a motivation.
That is a motivation.
Yeah. And that's good too. You have to be motivated by something.
Right.
So people have to be conscious. You have to make that conscious decision first. That is where it first starts.
Okay. I agree with the first thing you said. I'm not so sure about the second. In terms of, yes, you have to set an end goal and work backwards.
Yeah.
So if your end goal is that you want to look like Beyonce, or you have what your ideal figure is, you put a picture of that somewhere.
Yeah.
where it's in your personal space alone, and then start to work step by step backwards in terms of what I need to do, how much less hours I need to binge watch, how I can manage to make my eating slowly over a period of time healthy.
Yeah.
Because even dietitians would say that if you go from eating rice and flour every day to cutting it out altogether, your body could go into shock.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Your
too
body could go
drastic
into shock.
a move.
Yeah.
And I believe in the gradual steps.
Correct.
That kind of happened to me when I first stopped eating meat. This is my 17th year. I have not eaten any meat at all, and that
This
kind
is
of
my 17th year eating meat for you, so you're
congratulations.
welcome. Continue.
And I'm proud to say I'm not a friend of the hospital. I'm not a
Yeah.
friend of the pharmaceutical. I am very rarely sick. Very rarely sick. I don't want to even sound as if that is the reason why I'm not like that, because I do exercise a
But
lot.
it's part of the health eating.
Yes.
And we're going to continue this topic, guys, as soon as we come back from this short break. So, guys, remember again, every day, Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Sunset is on PlusTV.
My name is Jesse McBarrow, and you are looking at Mending Minds. Tell us your Mending Mind moment.
I will say set goals.
A lot of people get so caught up in the what, they forget the why. There's this fixation of this is what I'm going to do, and they forget why,
Yeah.
you pursue that in the first place.
This is another episode of Life Matters, and I am your host, Latina Mata. Give us some insight into what is Miss Earth and what is so special about this pageant.
Okay, so like many pageants, there are a purpose behind the crown. So Miss Earth in particular, it's all about the awareness of the environment, and I'm basically an ambassador informing everyone to take care of their environment and their surroundings.
Take this moment, guys, to advocate the importance of mental health awareness, ensuring that this is something that is started to be placed in schools and in school curriculums.
Yes.
Why aren't we having easy therapy access to schools, to parents, to the children? That is something that we need to get some hands written about, right?
Back, guys, and we're back, guys, and we're still with the topic of weight management and how it affects different aspects of your life. So, to close up this, and I know this is a really sensitive area, but is weight a deciding factor in choosing a partner, Camille?
He did not. You went there.
And
You really
yeah,
went
we're
there.
going to just
I don't
talk
like
about
it when
it.
you all gang up on me.
It's not ganging up because we have to answer the question equally at the same time.
I want to say no.
Okay, right.
Like, I really want to say.
You really want to say, which means it have room there.
So probably it is, yes. Let me give the yes, but how much of a weighted factor is it?
Let's put it this way. I would like my partner to be on the same, a shared value in terms of, nutrition-wise. Because because I could see the imbalance there. I'm there trying to eat healthy and it's KFC every minute. And I've sworn off KFC.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have. Right?
Was that because of the price raise?
Long before the price raise,
But go
right?
on.
But yeah, so I could, if it's a situation where it's someone wanting to change, they're on their health journey, and at some point, we connect at that stage, I could see that working. But it cannot be, I'm trying to keep here fit and nutritious, and I could see the relationship being off balance.
So essentially then your perspective is
Yes.
the mindset. Not
Yes.
necessarily your present state. If you may have a couple extra pounds or something
Yes,
like that.
I'm going
If
with
your
the
mindset aligns with mine and your mindset is that I either have it or a willingness to really do better and work with you and we
Right.
have common dietary goals or habits.
Yes, Randolph.
I can live with that.
Yes.
That is a textbook perfect answer.
Jermaine,
And I
don't
know
do
I will
that.
get this non-textbook answer from you, Jermaine.
Listen. Come here, what you want me to say?
I know what you're going to say.
What I'm going to say, come here. Randall, I'm putting it to you.
No, you answer. You answer first.
You love your significant other.
I hope I do.
You do.
Of course.
Right. Yeah, 20 years plus into the relationship, you
All
love
right.
this person.
Yeah.
And this person reaches, she just... And you know what? To be honest, that is based over time. You would be telling her certain things about it. But she just never take you on. But she reached that point where you can't manage anymore.
Right.
What it is, where you stand, tell me.
And you see, I have to rewind to
Love?
what I started off this topic on.
Love
Right.
or too much to handle.
Right, and that's where I told you I'd have to go back to where I started off this topic on. And I started off this topic by saying you have to love them, genuinely love them, not try to make them feel that you love them where they are. Genuinely love them where they are, because I would think, right, unless there is some kind of health issue, pending otherwise, the reason that you don't feel like you can shift and you're allowing yourself to spiral down this path, regardless of me saying things consistently, is because you don't feel that baseline support. At the end of the day, somebody needs to feel in all circumstances where you need help. You need to feel that the person who is helping you dislodges themselves from all their ideas and where they are, and they come and they sit down in a dark space with you and be sad for a moment. Because when we're sad, you don't want somebody to just come and say, you can be happy by doing X, Y, and Z. They want to feel that level of empathy, that you are sad with me, and from there now I can try and bring you out of the sadness. So if I don't find a way to show that empathy for where you are, what probably might have forgotten you there, understanding along with it, I cannot try to bring you out of it.
You sound like a novel.
I cannot try to make you know.
You sound like a novel.
But again, we still haven't heard Jermaine's
So like
take
I
on
told you
it.
before,
Yes.
Jermaine, you are on a pedestal and you need to come down. You are on a pedestal, say, climb up here and meet me. And it cannot work.
I'm not
And
saying
I'm
that.
now afraid to let you answer the question in terms of if weight really is a weighted factor when you are deciding about a partner, so don't answer me.
Okay.
And we're going to wrap
Okay.
up this topic and move on by saying,
nice.
guys, all of us have goals.
Yes.
All of us have issues. And if you're in a place right now where you think that you need to start to work on diet and exercise, take your time. Know that there are many people besides Jermaine who are willing to come and sit with you and know where you are and empathize and understand. And from there, take the empathy and the understanding and use it as a foundation and a pivotal place to start to work. Little by little, in your own manageable way. And get success. Celebrate the little wins, not with junk food, but celebrate the little wins. And do this because we're all about a healthier tomorrow. Right? And in terms of healthy outlook and healthier tomorrow, let's chat a little bit about our representative out there for Miss World Trinidad and Tobago, Ashe Abraham. And we have a video of her reciting her poem for the topic that she was given in the competition, and her topic is conservation of tigers. So that video is coming up now.
Hello everyone, I am Ashe Abrahams, Miss World Trinidad and Tobago, and this is a poem called The Voice of the Tiger. Please bear with me, I will be reading it
David,
as
we
I
want to
wrote
hear it
this
too,
last night in a little bit.
Okay, we not hear the poem at all.
We spent $1,000 here in Kirk.
Hello everyone, I did this last night and a little bit this morning. There once was a world where the animals ran free, hunting and playing and filled with Takes courage to say that I need help. Because I need you to save me and my friends. I promise we can share this world together till... Please bear with me. I will be reading it as I only did this last night and a little bit this morning. There once was a world where the animals ran free, hunting and playing and filled with glee. In forests deep where the trees sway, the tigers roam, but the majestic roars say, danger lurks. Our numbers wane. My cubs and partners are poached every day. Our beautiful fur is used for style, something that changes from time to time. Our homes dismantled, burnt and chopped. Has Mother Nature run out of luck? Pushed out of our humble abodes, but no one seems to know where else we can go. When we're seen amongst humans, we're met with threats for fear of their safety, but our needs never met. We are owed this world just as much as you. I don't want to spend my life locked in a zoo. I want to be free to run and to play. Under the stars is where I want to lay. All of this for what? The greed of mankind? The true predators, not me and my kind. Our roars were once heard echoing through the trees, but now I don't know where to find my family. I am a tiger, a symbol of strength, but it takes courage to say that I need help. Because I need you to save me and my friends. I promise we can share this world together till the end. Come join our pack, our beautiful streak, because there's no difference between you and me. The only way forward is to coexist. So my friends, I beg you, we must persist. Thank you to Doba for all your work, because now I have over 5,000 brothers and sisters playing in your reserve. But I beg each of you listening here today to be part of this ode, and let's all live another day. Thank you. Save the tiger!
And that was her poem on her topic, conservation of tigers. What do you think about it, Jermaine? And what do you think about our Miss World, our Miss Trinidad and Tobago for the Miss World pageant this year?
She's very beautiful, I must say.
Yeah.
Wonderful poem.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I am speechless. I'm just looking forward to seeing bigger and greater things from this young, beautiful, aspirant Trimbigonian.
Yeah, and I think she's actually a finalist in the talent competition, and she's doing pretty well. So, Kabir,
Yes.
what do you think about our Miss Trinidad and Tobago for the World Pageant this
I
year?
think she's gonna do well. I mean, I've just, been looking up on her page and whatnot, and I
Right.
see that she's a mental health advocate,
Okay.
which is, we talk on the show about,
Mental
seeking that help if you need that, So, I love that. I saw that she wrote a children's book as well. So this is a very talented, besides being beautiful, she's also very creative, talented. So I think she's going to put her best foot forward.
Okay, I like that. So she has a lot of character.
Yes,
And
she
there's
does.
an argument actually between Miss World and Miss Universe that Miss World is the bigger title because you have a lot of layers that you have to go through to become Miss World as opposed to Miss Universe. It's a longer process, the talent competition, the feature with a particular topic, and so much more depth and that kind of thing. What's your opinion in terms of which pageant has more regala, more weight?
Is there a Mr. World?
Yes, there is actually.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I think I going to put Mr. World next to Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, Jermaine, okay. Let's hear a poem, Jermaine. So she spoke about the conservation of tigers. I want you to talk and give me a poem, and I'm going to give you the break to think about it.
Right.
So your topic is the conservation of iguanas in Trinidad and Tobago. We have had a situation where iguanas are becoming extinct. They've shortened the hunting season. And you're going to give us a poem about iguanas. And where are you going to see that, guys? Right here on Sunset. That runs Monday to Friday at 6 p.m. daily.
This is another episode of Life Matters, and I am your host, Latina Mata. Give us some insight into what is Miss Earth And what is so special about this pageant?
Okay, so like many pageants, there are a purpose behind the crown. So Miss Earth in particular, it's all about the awareness of the environment, and I'm basically an ambassador informing everyone to take care of their environment and their surroundings.
Take this moment, guys, to advocate the importance of mental health awareness, ensuring that this is something that is started to be placed in schools, in these school curriculums.
Yes.
Why aren't we having easy therapy access to schools, to parents, to the children? You know, that is something that we need to get some hands written about, right?
My name is Jesse McBarrow, and you are looking at Mending Minds. Tell us your Mending Mind moment.
I will say set goals.
A lot of people get so caught up in the what, they forget the why. There's this fixation of this is what I'm going to do, and they forget why.
Yeah.
You know, you pursue that in the first place.
And we're back, guys. Sunset on Plus, and I have the future Mr. World contestant going up for 2025 for Trinidad and Tobago. He's going to give us his poem on the conservation of iguanas in Trinidad and Tobago. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. World contestant, Mr. Jermaine Manswell.
Oh, Jermaine.
Yes, Jermaine, we're ready for your poem.
Good afternoon to Trinidad and Tobago. This is your boy, your Mr. Host, your Mr. Universe, your Mr. World. So my topic today on the conservation of iguanas is that knowing that I am a vegetarian.
We want the poem, Jermaine.
Iguanas. Iguanas are essential in our country jungle for the, not to eat, not for people to hunt and be gunned down and be acted on heinously. We want people to go to view these green little creatures that are so beautiful, so prestigious, and are part of God's kingdom. Please, stop eating the iguanas. Leave them to grow, to multiply, and to have a blissful...
Right, so Jermaine, that is a public service announcement. That's not a poem. Camille, out of 10, oh gosh, I do not feel sorry for you. Out of 10, what number card are you raising? What number card are you raising?
I'm giving him 10 for effort.
No.
I'm giving him 10
They do not give effort points. Now you see, if I were Mr. Will, which I won't be, you know, I don't have the Jermaine swag. That's okay.
Listen.
I would write a poem, something like this, Jermaine.
Okay.
On sun-drenched rocks, once kings they stood, emerald scales and ancient blood, iguanas purred in forest green, their lazy gaze a tranquil scene. But shadows fall, the earth they tread, the emerald glow, a dimming thread. Habitat lost, their numbers shrink, a silent cry on nature's brink. Bulldozers roar, the forest reaps, their leafy haven shattered sleeps. Development's greed, a callous hand, easing life across the land. I'll teach you how to write poetry,
Yes.
boy. I'll teach you how to write poetry. But yes, I did not write that. That was the power of AI at my hands.
Well, then I take my 10 effort.
I wonder if our Miss World used it as a help, as a tool to get her there. And that's the way we live in now, you know. But so let's get some concluding remark, guys, in terms of all our topics here today. And I'm giving you 20 seconds before we make it a wrap. What was your favorite topic and what you want to leave our audience with here this afternoon? We discussed a lot of things. Ladies first.
We did. I'm going to go with my old adage, moderation in everything. So if you're binge watching, binge watch responsibly.
Binge watch responsibly. Nice, no problem. Now shorter than 30 seconds, but not a problem. You're giving Jermaine some extra time. What was your favorite topic, Jermaine?
Well,
and what's the leaving message for the audience here this evening?
The extra time that she leave with me to Miss Trinidad and Tobago, Miss World, I really want you to have fun out there, enjoy yourself, be yourself, represent yourself, meaning us, wear that red, white, and black to the best of your ability and take home that crown. To the topics, binge watching, we spoke about balance, we spoke about being responsible, right? So we're not going to go too much into that. We food and diet.
I think I'm going to have to cut you on that, and we're going to just say that congrats to Miss Future World, and we will see you.
My name is Jesse McBarrow, and you are looking at Mending Minds. Tell us your Mending Mind moment.
I will say set goals.
A lot of people get so caught up in the what